Hey everyone, today I thought it'd be really fun to show you guys my Rufio cosplay broken down into the different parts that make it Rufio. Rufio is a character that I really identified with as a kid. I didn't really feel like I belonged in the environment that I grew up in, and so this idea of running away, having no adults, having food fights, and wearing all this ripped up clothing really appealed to me. I definitely always related with the whole Lost Boy theme, and I just really loved that, always from Peter Pan and different adaptations, and especially obviously Hook. So when I first saw Rufio, I remember I was probably like 5 years old, and I just thought like, that's who I need to be. So yeah, it took another 20 years almost for me to actually cosplay Rufio. But when I did, like, I just felt like it just felt so right because it was a character that I really identified with. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way when you're just watching a movie and you're like, yes, like that's just the spirit of me and what I want to embody. So it's a really personal cosplay for me. I love that it was gender bent. I love that it's a person of color in a fantasy-esque storyline because that doesn't always happen. It's just a really beautiful representation of what I love to do with cosplay. Alright, so the first up we have are the fingerless gloves. So fingerless gloves obviously have that like rock and roll feel, and they're very representative of like the 80s, 90s, and that punk feel that Rufio has. So fingerless gloves obviously were a must for me. I did not make these. I did buy them. So this cosplay is kind of half made, half bought. Next up we have my hair, which is not really my hair. It's the feathers that went in my hair. So Rufio's hair was actually made out of a feather boa that I found at a thrift store. I wove my hair back in different pieces and parts, and then I took strands of this feather boa and wove them into my hair one by one to make that feather or that red and black look. And Freya is about to pounce. Okay. Alright, so next up we have the belt. The belt was also a thrift find. I like to cosplay for under $100. I've said that before. It's really important to me that cosplay is accessible, that you don't have to have a $3,000 3D printer in order to cosplay. So when I do cosplays, I do try to keep it as affordable as possible. Alright, so this is my little tie around that went on the front of my pants. So this was one piece of faux fabric that I ripped up and distressed, and then I added the little clay and plastic beads. Red, white, and black. So that was like a little panel that is in the front of Rufio's pants. 2 layers of shirt on. I had a red layer. Both of these were thrift t-shirts that I found. I just cut out the neckline of them, so top, and then and I cut them into crop tops also, so that was layered. The thing about Rufio's cosplay is that a lot of it is just layers on layers on layers, so it's kind of cool because again with the pants, which I'll show you next, what I had was red tights, which actually these were really hard to find because this cosplay was pulled together kind of or finished rather last minute, and so I was trying to find red tights everywhere, and apparently those aren't something that everyone wants, so I ended up having to special order them or something, and it was just like one of those things where you're like, why is this not everywhere? I want it now. These are a pair of Topshop leggings that I killed. Yeah, so I slashed holes with scissors, cut them into the leggings that I was wearing. You can see here. Oh, so sad, so sad. I know, they probably were really beautiful leggings before I killed them. But yeah, the leggings, and so that way the red would show through. I think it also, going back to that whole 80s, 90s punk feel, it was really important to have like spandex leather and have this feeling of like this tighter bottom half, and then cool, I had these big chunky boots on, and then this upper half that was really oversized because just for that time period it was important then, and I really wanted to represent that well versus having some kind of baggy pant or something like that. That also helps to make this a lot more androgynous of a cosplay, which is maybe why it's really important to me, because it's not just like, oh, Rufio wore this and now you have to be a boy in order to wear it. It's a very androgynous outfit that really anyone could wear, so that's one of the reasons I love it as well. This is the jacket. The jacket. As you can see, it's actually just a thrift store jacket that was that I found at a thrift store, and the arms are just cut to halfway, or actually not even halfway really. It's like a short sleeve shirt, and then pieces of fabric and leather are cut into strips, knotted at the top and then knotted at the bottom as well, so that they're not going to fall out. And then every two black pieces, there's a red piece as well. So like I said, this was thrifted. I didn't make this, but it's pretty sweet. Oh, look at that. I'm already becoming Rufio. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. It fit me in the minute that I saw it. I was like, this is something that I have to have. I have to cosplay Rufio. And I'd been looking for this for a while. It's kind of like that push to really finally do a cosplay I'd wanted to do. And this was the first full cosplay I'd ever done. I'd done some where I was just wearing maybe the dress or something like that, but this was the first head-to-toe cosplay that I ever did. Like I said, it was super personal to me, so I'm really glad that that's what I started out with. Okay, so the necklace I chose, I have two necklaces that I was wearing. I have a bone necklace, and that I got in like Colorado. It's like an actual tooth of some animal. And then this one, which is pirate skulls, and I kind of love the representation because, of course, Rufio is talking about, you know, we kill pirates, and so I kind of had this thought about how this lace with pirate skulls on it was really representing all of the pirates that he had killed, or something like that. So, and then little details like wrist straps were really important for me. These are just strips of faux leather just tied around my wrists, again, just to add a little bit more authenticity. And then the last thing that I have to show you, so I actually have two swords, because this was the one from the first time. I cosplayed Rufio twice, one for Geek Girl Con and then once for Emerald City Comic Con. This is the first one that I got, and it was just the fastest thing that I could find. It kind of looks like it's from Aladdin or something, to be honest, but something that was really important in both of these was that it was gold, because Rufio's sword is gold, which is a little bit different than other swords or swords that you can find at a store normally. So I actually took paint pens and colored this was a silver sword and made it gold. So that's really important. It has a blunt end, yay, so if I try to kill someone, it wouldn't work. And then these both have the tags on them, because if you take any kind of weapon to a con, you're gonna have to put a tag on it, because they want to make sure that it's not a real sword that you're taking in. This one is pretty cool. This one's a little bit better, I think. Definitely my preference if I was using it again. The blade is a lot more piratey, and again, same thing. This was silver and I painted it gold because that is like a really distinct part of Rufio, is that he has a gold blade, not a silver blade. All of that being said, this is my Rufio cosplay, kind of broken down into different parts and pieces, and I'm really glad that you guys stayed for 10 minutes of this video. I didn't mean for it to go so long, but this is, like I said, just a really personal cosplay that I really love, and I'm really happy I got to share it with you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. I would love to answer any of them that you have, and until next time, I'll see you later.